Gabby's heart. Come on, start to everyone. Tuesday Night Live. Special. Thanks for joining me. Just got a lot of things to say tonight. Big one is great live stream from La Union Tropical Tim in the Philippines. I enjoyed it, mate. It was awesome. It was great. Coconut squares. Yep. Top show. I'll make sure you're watching your poor children on Christmas Day video. Also, another awesome video. Well done, Tropical Tim. I've seen it before, and I'm just watching it again. It's really good. Hey, hi Tom Simpson. How are you, mate? What's happening? How's life over there in Broadmeadows? It's a quiet night, I think. Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I'm still alive. Better check this first. Yep, that's good. I gotta get all my watch hours up. I need I'm at 2,678. I need 1,400 watch hours to go. Tropical Tim in the Philippines is at San Juan. Live concert. You want to take a look over there? By all means, go for it. I'm into promoting channels as well. Also, another good channel, Roma and John. This guy has got some good content, guys. Got some great videos, some awesome videos. And, you know, he's a good mate of mine. And, you know, I think he needs a bit of a boost, as I call it. Bit of a kick in the pants. And come on, mate. Yeah. But no, he's good. He's got some good stuff. And, you know, and John's a great bloke. He's got some interesting stuff on there. He's just released 2 videos. And they are really good. And they're of Tasmania. So, you know, check his channel out, guys. Give him a bit of a break, because he needs he's a top bloke. He's learning the trade of YouTube, and I wish everyone would give him a good go. I wish he get some more subscribers, get his channel going, rocking and rolling, because, you know, without the support of everybody, your channels do really do a bit. He's got some great supporters and some subscribers, but I think we should all give him a bit of a hand up. Say, come on, John, let's get going. He's got to get more confident and as he goes along. And he's, you know, I've seen a couple of his videos. I've seen quite a few of his videos now. And I reckon he needs a bit of a helping hand. And I'm going to also put him on to a good friend of mine, Chauffeur Jen. Hopefully we can help him out too as well. Chauffeur Jen, if you're out there, we need to give John and Roma a bit of a hand up, a bit of support too, and some encouragement, helping grow, because I believe that's what we need to do for his channel. And he's got some interesting content. He was just down, I think, in Tasmania somewhere, doing some filming, and it's good video. And with the confidence and everything that we give him, the better he's going to be and the better he will grow. We all help each other, and I think he's no exception. And I think he's also going to get Roma, who's in Mindoro, back in the Philippines. He's going to try and get her in on the look, Tom, I think you need to check out Roma and John as well. Check out their channel. They've got some good content, good places in Tasmania. I think he's going to do well if we help him out. I hope he, when you're first starting out on YouTube, it can be a bit daunting. Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do a video? Well, on your phones, these new phones, when you're I use my phone. I use my GoPro 2018 Hero. I use my Fuji camera, which has also got video. Awesome. Look, it doesn't matter. We can have a chat too as well. There's a Tropical Tim's on at the moment. He's doing a live from San Juan up there in La Union. And, it's one of those things, mate. That's another thing I'll talk about. But first, with setting up your channel, if you've got a Samsung phone like this one, or like the one I'm watching, Tropical Tim's Poor Children on Christmas Day, which streamed 2 months ago. Great video. How you going, Kermit? I'm good, mate. Chris Beecham, hello. I'm just saying that with doing videos, I've got this Samsung, I've got that Samsung phone. This is a Galaxy A51. The other one's the Samsung as well. Now, both good phones. Both great to do videos on YouTube and to get them up. Plain and simple is that when you do a video, do it with your phone. When you're doing video, I'm not going to worry too much about showing you the pictures, but when you're doing video, do it like that. Makes it easier. Buy one of these things. Get them at Big W, $9. Great tool. I made this bracket here because the other bracket snapped. The phone that this is on the same bracket, but without the wood. It makes it easier. This one's a bit heavier, because of the wood piece here. And it's had to be glued onto the base of that again, which will need another gluing because it's starting to come away. I do use this a fair bit. But if you do them that way, what they call landscape, it's good. You do it this way, you are getting on your phone pictures like that. Okay? So if you are videoing like that, when you go to put your videos, when you go to put your videos up, your videos are going to be like that with a black screen this side and a black screen that side. It's better when you're doing videos to do them like this, landscape. And that's what they call portrait, I think. So when I do mine, you will have, when you're doing the video, you will have the video like that. If you do it this way, you will have a black screen here and a black screen here and minimal picture. It is better to have them as what I've just showed you. It makes it easier when you're doing the videos. And like once, well, go out and buy a Samsung. They are better. Apple are a bit temperamental. You will get better photos if you do them that way, like Tropical Tim has done. Yes, this has got a purple band. That's why I brought this phone I'm talking on now. But as you can see, without that purple band there, it would be a lot better picture. But it is nice. He shoots some good videos. He does some good live streams. And he's a top bloke. Good friend to everybody. Pretty well known in YouTube. Yeah. The best way, as I said, is like this. Now, when you're doing your videos, you go to your camera and shoot the video. You can make a 5-minute, or you can do what I do. Sometimes mine go over from 5 to 18 minutes. Sometimes they go into the 25 minutes. But I don't worry about that. A friend once told me a while back that it is better just to do a 5-minute video because not many people. Hang on, I'll get to you on that one in a minute, Tom. When you're doing a video, hey, Malura's 1963. There you go, mate. When you're doing a video, you use your camera. Click the camera, and it's got down the sides. Your video, it's got a few things there on it. Well, you click your video and do your video 5 minutes or 17 minutes. I do mine between 17 and 25. Doesn't really matter. I feel that if people can sit there and watch you do a live stream, no offense to anyone, if people can sit there and watch you do a live stream for an hour or two, I think they can sit there and watch a 15 or 30-minute video. You don't have to watch all of it. You can come back and watch it later. Me, I have no stress. If you can't watch it, that's fine. I'm fine with that. But it's I am watching Tropical Tim, Tom Simpson. It was his Christmas special. Um, but while I'm doing that, uh, I was actually watching his other one in La Union, the concert there, and this one's come on. So once you do 25-minute videos, you can then upload it onto YouTube, onto your channel. Now, with your channel, you can do all sorts of things. You can have it fancy, you can have it plain, you can have it ordinary. It's up to you. It's what you like, it's what you choose. It's what's interesting to you. Content. Well, content is basically what you're going to put up. My channel, family oriented, what we do as a family, where we go as a family, parties, barbecues. With some of them, some people might not want you doing it because they don't want to be seen on YouTube. So you've got to respect their privacy and don't put it or don't flash the camera at them. Go somewhere else. Go down by the river. Film the river. Film. And sometimes some places have got historical significance, like where Roma and John, where John was today or the other day. He took a video of where he is in Tasmania. And I will watch that after this is finished. It doesn't matter where you are, but as long as the content's good and you enjoy doing what you're doing, that's the main thing. Main thing is you got to enjoy what you're doing. You got to enjoy things. Sometimes, look, I make mistakes quite more times than others. But, in saying that, if I'm not happy with a video, I'm not going to put it up. If I'm happy with it, I have no stress. I'll put it up. I'll edit it. Before I used to just put it straight up, no problems. I use Kenny Master, or as they say, Kind Master. There's Power Director. There's a Power Soft. But I've found, and there's a few others. There's quite a few others that are really good that I've used. It's great to get a feel for things. Thank you for the likes. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to the free in the house. I much appreciate that, guys. I know it's a bit of a quiet night, but I've got a good friend who's doing a live stream in La Union. Tropical Tim. Well done, mate. Awesome. Great videos today. Oh, that's good, Tom. But you can do videos of La Union. You can do videos of Tacloban and Leyte. Historical significance. There's some beautiful old churches in the Philippines. Spanish churches. They're great. The beaches, the head where boats come into the port and just weigh anchor. like Mactan, where Mactan, the Battle of Mactan was. There's some good places there to film. There's um, San Francisco, which is a little island off Panglao. Um, you know, there are some great historical places, especially Bohol. You have the old churches there, the Bok River cruises going up the river, the Tasha. Oh yeah, Bohol, Tasha. Make sure your flash on your camera is off before you take a photo of the little Tasha, because they can be blinded in the eyes. Twice I made that mistake, and twice I got a foot up the ass for it. My fault. Yes, I didn't check my camera. Next time when we go there, make sure my camera flash is off before I do a photo. Are the Tashas the only that live in Bohol? I don't know. I can't answer that. Chocolate Hills, it's lovely. Some people don't like it, but it's got beautiful panoramic views. I'm hoping when we go back, I can do some more video of Bohol. Also, Osama City down in Mindanao. I'd love to check out that and have a look around there and do some video. Also try and get back up to Nebros Island where my wife's family is and do some more videos up there. Oh, as I said, me and Chris Beecham had this discussion today that when it's a rainy day and you've got nothing much to do, I'm going to start uploading some videos I've done back home and put some photos up in there with them. So I'll be putting them up soon. Philippines, I found is so interesting, so beautiful. People are so loving and kind. Um, you have respect, and I always have respect for the Philippines. I love it so much. I've got nothing against the government. I love the Philippine government. I love the Philippine people. I love their ancestry, their churches. Oh, there's another place I've got to look at in Bohol. It's an old mansion which was belonged to a well-known family in the Philippines. Oh, okay. And you enjoy what you see, and you have fun in doing what you can and what you do, and that's the good way of getting content for your channel. Not just there, here. I've taken a lot of video of up around near CJ's transformer sticks out of the bench. I've done a lot of videos up at the asylum, the views overlooking Melbourne from a distance, and around the other way, looking towards the Yings and up towards Ballarat that way, Bendigo, Mount Macedon. It is beautiful on a crystal clear day. The mountains and everything are just lovely. So when you're shooting off videos like that and doing live stream, I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can start doing a live stream. But when you're doing normal videos, what you do is you your camera will take, if you go to gallery and you check your video out and look at your video, play it back a couple of times. So, and when you're doing your editing, always, sometimes I've put them straight up, depending on how I feel. Other times I've edited the video, put a title. And yeah, crazy. I don't think you can use emojis. I only started using emojis probably before, and I kept getting told off by Arlene about using emojis. But to each their own. I think you can. I think you can. I think on Kenny Master you can. Arlene told me what you do is you drop your volume down, and there's something else there, which I will get back onto that one later. But you can drop your volume down. I think you got a volume and you got two other things on the sides. And there's another one too. You can drop it right down, and then you can go back and it will have audio down, or it'll have something down at the bottom. It'll have a thing that will say play down the bottom, and you can voice over. Oh, she's the boss. Well, I still think so. But oh, that's good, Tom. You have a lot of different ways of doing things. You know what I mean? There's on Kenny Master. There is, once you upload, go to Kenny Master. You can load up Kenny Master, and oh, okay, now I know what you meant. Oh, it's all cool. You can well, you can go to Kenny Master and check out what apps they have. I think the old Kenny Master's got music. This new one, I've been trying to get music on my Kenny Master, and it also has emojis as well, so you can put, like a little title. Say, for example, Chris Beecham in the Philippines, and you're going to have a palm tree with a mug of beer, and you might want to put that and the mug of beer on one side with a Philippine flag, an Australian flag, a mug of beer, and a palm tree on the other side, and give you that little bit of oh, okay. And it gives you that touch to your channel. I've left my channel, the web page, because my niece did all the artwork on that, so I've left it the way it is. So I'm not touching it, and out of respect. Update? Will I update it? Nah, I'll leave it as it is. So you can do that on your YouTube, do all that and work out your things. So if, for argument's sake, Chris Beecham or Tom Simpson or Maluz, if you want to update your profile for when you want to start your channel up and get views and get people and get monetized one day, it's easier to do it that way. You can go back, you can set up, you can have a Caribbean look, Philippine look with the palm trees and the Bayakubo and the water in the back with the sunset. Similar to what Brian, uh, a farmer, a foreigner farming in the Philippines has got. I like that design. That's nice. It's really out there and it looks spot on. Or you can have like Terence Best sitting on a caribou and Terence behind walking through the mud of the rice fields. You don't have to have that, but they're just examples. You can have a picture of the hills. You can change it around to whatever you like. It's entirely up to you how you want to build your channel and what you want to do. Whether you want to do tourism, Lazanga is that's good. That's nice. I haven't been up there. I'll have to check that out. But I know where you're going, Chris. But there's plenty sunsets. If you like sunsets, if you like my good friend Shahana Hua, she has clouds. She's interested in cloud, the way clouds move, the way they form. Excuse me. But there's different forms and different ways of doing things, and Tropical Tim's got his lovely format and the way he's got it put together. It's awesome. It looks great. As I said, you could have a jeepney there. You can do a lot of things. Whatever you want is up to you. So do I, Tom. I do. I love everything about the Philippines. I love, the Philippine government's good. Manny Pacquiao, best boxer in the world as far as I'm concerned. By none. He shits all over all the boxers today. He's a top boxer. He's an awesome boxer. He's one of the best in my book. He stands toe to toe with Muhammad Ali in my book. So there's some fights I reckon he shouldn't have fought, but he's there's probably only two I think he shouldn't have fought, but he is done well. I wish him all the best in his upcoming fight, and I hope he does well. So do I, mate. The thing, you just hit the nail on the head. When you do the Lubbock River cruises down there in Bohol and going up the river, they will stop at a pontoon stage, and they have dancers there. I've taken a video of one of them, and I'll look that up and find it. But it is beautiful, the traditional dancing and that. Robertson's Mall is good. Mate, to be honest, I try and stay away from the malls. Same one, same them all. They're all different, yes. We go to SM a lot in Cebu and Mactan. Yes, Manny for president for 22. after his title fight. I hope he does well. I hope he really does. He's a top boxer. And, they've got, who's this? How to find a rental property, a good rental property in the Philippines. Oh, that'll be good. You, maganda o maga kumusta? The way you use your camera, these things are awesome. Yeah, I think this is his last fight, Chris. I think this is his last fight. These things are good. This is just been added on because I broke the last one. This is a bit heavier to use. I use it like this. Like that. That's how I use it, but like that. And I can switch over to me or to you. They are $9.95 here in Australia. These things. It comes with a phone holder on like not like this. This one here's got a plastic one. This one here's got a wooden one, which I made, and I glued it to the back of the phone cover, so that sits in there beautifully. So when you're doing videos, you'll have them on your gallery, and I've got to, with this one, I've got to delete a couple of photos and videos, because the more videos you have on it, the better, the more videos you have, it will stop you from doing your editing. So you need, when you do, I try and just do 1 or 2 videos at a time, and then if I can, what I'll do is I'll connect them up. I've got one in here that I did today. But it is just so good to try and get what you want. Like I can go onto this one here now and check it out, and here we have Tropical Tim in the Philippines live concert from San Juan. But I don't want to go there yet. What I want to do is go to gallery and check what video I've got there. I think that's the one of CJ when we were up at the dog park. Well, I'll delete that and move it to recycle. I have also, that's my intro. Oops. Like that. That's my intro. And, it's whatever personal preference. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. It has whatever personal preference you want to do with your channel, However, whatever videos you want to put up with a, what do you call it, heading, and please like, comment, and subscribe at the end of it. It is good. And, there is just so much you can do in editing. It's really good, and it's fun to have there. Then you go to your Coin Master, check it out. I've got one untitled video there. Image files are missing from this project. Well, you just press OK. And I can redo them again, which is no drama. Just delete that, delete that, and I can start all over again. So this, it just has a plus, and YouTube connection. It also has your you call it edit up into your thing. So you just press 1, go to 16.9 is what I use. Go to media, go to camera, bang, click that in, bring it up, and check the thing, get it sorted. You can put it to one side, or you can put it to the other side. I usually put it on this side and cling and tick it and press start. Oh, well, it will go to that. So then what I'll do is I'll go back to that again. I'll bring it to one side again. You can zoom in and zoom out. Over a bit. Click it. Go back to it again. Bring it across. I do this a couple of times because it thing, and then click it and press start. Oh, well, there you go. That's how it's done. That's my thing, and you can put the heading and that there, and whatever you want, whatever your title you got, and it'll be really good. It can be CJ Plays at the Park, but I use my Buhai, and then I connect it, and then at the end of it, I have the same pattern, and I have Maraming Salamat. Please like, comment, and subscribe. So, it works out really good. I did have another one there, and excuse me. I do the same with the end one. I click, it'll have, that's how it is, and that's the map there of the Philippines, and I've got the maps here, and up here, I click that and I bring that forward like that. And take it over like that. Sorry if it's not coming up too good. And then I will click that one, press copy, then go like that. Oh, see, it's doing it again. Click that like that like that, bring that map up into the corner, try and get it in area, move a little bit to the side, bring that like that, press the tick, there you go, it's done. But it's got layer, media, which is where your videos come in, audio, which has got your music and that, and then voice, which is the one you were asking me, Chris Beecham, which is that. See? And you can put ready, you just click the start there and you can talk over the video, and then when you're finished, you just press the stop and then play it back. And it's that's how I do mine. It's one of the I find KineMaster or KineMaster is probably one of the best Malus, and Chris Beecham and Tom Simpson is the way to go. And to everybody out there, thank you for the 6 likes. I really do appreciate it, guys. But that's just a basic little short summary on that. We'll go through that again with you later, Chris Beecham, if you ever want to think. You all know how to edit off your cameras, plug it into the side of the computer, and it will go to your gallery or your pictures there, and it will upload. Oh, okay. That should be fun. It says untitled, so if I wanted to, I can do the same thing. So I find KineMaster is probably one of the best to to use, and I think it's great, and I think it's a good little setup how they got it, and that, it really is. Uh, everybody's there tonight on Tropical Teams, constantly union. Happy because I'm here doing my live stream. But it's up to you how you want to do your channel, and it's up to you to find what content you want to do. You could like watching rock climbing, or you might like trains, you might like other beach sunsets and stuff like that. It's fully up to you. I'm going to be back in a minute. Let's take a break, and I'll be back soon. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, I probably will be, Tom. I haven't made up my mind yet, so I probably will be doing a live tomorrow night. See how things go. This one was an unscheduled live. Um, so it's great to try and get as much watch hours as you can when you get up past the 1,000 mark, and you're doing your live streams and stuff like that to get views. Uh, it's worth it to do. Yeah, maps of the Philippines. Yeah, there's different places you can go. Um, Depends on where you want to go. Um, you know, I enjoy doing what I do. Um, and I love having fun doing what I love doing. It's interesting, and there's plenty of things to do, plenty of content out there. So, but it's your own personal preference what you want to do. Um, and it's just great fun. And like, I think John's channel is great. He's got some good content. You should check it out, Chris. And big shout out to RS Chavez, Dennis Adam, Judy Fisher, Mugsit Organic, and everybody that are at Graham, Adrian Gibson, Mike Whitmore, big shout out to you. Ace Bachelor Cool, big shout out. In MJ's vlog, big shout out. Young Baddock, big shout out. Barry G, big shout out. Maureen, Michelle, and Ken, big shout out. Tim Desiak and PJB, big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to check out the Rileys, Bill and Mercy. Doreen's Everyday Life. Big shout out to you. Have I missed a name there? So, it's great to enjoy what you love doing. And I love doing what I'm doing with my channel. And as I said, I've got to try and get my watch hours up, which we're at 2,000. And San Juan La Union vlog. Big shout out to you guys. 2,678. It's great. It's just, there's a lot of things. And John, Roma and John have got a great channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please go to their channel and check them out. Check out what he's got. He's got some good content, and he's got some new videos come out, which is good. And I love the big guy, and he's fun. We have good talks and good chats. So I'll plug a channel and help him grow, and I will put up some of his videos on Promote Your YouTube channel with Shooting Star and MK and Flexi Girl JB. Big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to Brett Glasgow. Big shout out to Joe and Jenny Journey, to our Mindoro Journey. There's a lot. Those channels are great. They've got great people, great videos, and what do you do? And put off travelling this year, not worth to jump through the hoops. You're not wrong there, Mollers. You're not wrong. We're just going to wait and see what happens at the moment. I know our doctors, I did ask, that's another thing, and change the subject. Most important thing is your injections before you go away. Tetanus, diphtheria, for also okay, thanks, Tom. For dengue as well. Most of all those injections cover. If you step on a rusty nail, at least you're going to be covered for those things. And while thanks, Malaysia brought up a good subject there. You need to make sure that everything is going to be okay before you can travel back. Especially anything you need to know, check out with immigration first, guys. They say October, President Duterte is opening the Philippines. Oh, that can change overnight. Usually does. But check out with the embassy before you even go and book. At the moment, I would be making sure that you're, in other words, as I was always told, dot your I's and cross your T's. Make sure that your passports are up to date before you go. That's another big thing too, guys. Make sure you are I know the Philippines have just issued a 10-year passport now. Check that out too before you head over there, whether you can, and especially when you're over there and you're living there, in the Philippines, check with your embassy in the Philippines if you can get. There's a 5-year passport and there's a 10-year passport visa. Sorry. Yeah, well, that's another thing. We've got to wait until the flights coming. Oh, pardon me. We've got to wait until we are cleared to go from this side to over there. Me, probably personally next year, hopefully. If they open up the doors to the Philippines in October, I did hear another thing today that 40,000 Filipinos and Filipinas need to have their vaccines. So the Philippine government won't be opening up until October for that. But as I say, don't take my word for it. Check it out on the embassy. Ring the embassy if you're in Australia. If you're in Melbourne, ring the consulate. They will probably put you straight through to the embassy like they did last time when I was here. When I went, they sent me straight to the embassy in the Philippines. I sent all my passports and that to the embassy to be processed to get a visa, tourist visa. Also, when you're married to a Filipina, you have a balik visa. I think you get that automatically when you marry a Filipina, which allows you to stay in the Philippines for 1 year. And Christopher Beecham can correct me on that too. At the moment, tourist visas. If you're born to a Philippine family, mum and dad, and they're heading back, or you will be going back on their passport, on their with them. You still have to make sure that everything is above board, that you can go. Make sure you are vaccinated. Make sure that you do take the vaccine. It's not going to kill you. It's going to actually help you. It stays away from all, there's a lot of people out there with conspiracy theories. Wonder if I can go direct from Melbourne to Cebu, Philippines, if Cebu Pacific. Yes, you can. You can go Melbourne, Cebu, via Cebu, Cebu Pacific. As far as I know, you can. But that can change too, Tom. That can change too. Usually, most airlines will go straight to Manila, and then you will get a connecting flight and head down to Manila. So I'd check that out first. I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you one bit. With the, I know someone had said, it might have been Tom Simpson said last night that they've done away with the writing on the cards to go into customs when you go into the Philippines. As far as I know, that I think they've decided to do away with those cards. Check with the airlines first. Check with Philippine Airlines first. As far as I know, I'm not quite sure this end when you're flying from Philippines back to here, where you write your name and declaration and stuff like that. If you're bringing Tenderloin Run in or something like that. Are you still with me, Chris Beecham? You need to check and make sure that you can that they've got those cards. I don't mind writing them out. I just wish they'd make them a little bit bigger. Would make it easier. Um, you know, it makes it a lot easier if you fill out. Sorry about that, guys. It makes it a lot easier if you fill out those declaration forms. I'm not quite sure. Tom was telling me last night that they were doing away with them. I don't think they will because they need you to declare what's in your luggage and what you have on yourself. Um, that's a big thing here in Australia. It's on all flights, not just Philippine Airlines. It's on all flights. So you must check and you must have all what you are taking back or bringing back into Australia. You must have that always on a declaration, especially when you're going through customs. They need that. You're right there. I wouldn't like to be sitting in quarantine or in yeah, personal quarantine in a hotel for 2 weeks when you I think they've raised that. I'm not sure. Um, it will determine if you going on Philippine Airlines to the Philippines. Check that out, your declaration forms before you fly, because usually they give them to you. Always make sure you have a pen when you're on the airplane for your for your to write your declaration what you're taking into the Philippines, let alone coming back and into Australia. Like I did, I declared 2 bottles of Tenderloin rum, 375 ml. They were in a pair of socks. But like everything, you can't put that in your bag when you're leaving to come to the Philippines because you don't get the declaration until you get to the airport or and get on the plane. They give it to you on the plane, so you need to write down what you're taking. I think there's a limit to rum or to any alcohol volume on planes going into the Philippines or going out to Australia. There's plenty of, you have to make sure that you do declare what you're bringing into the country, because you don't want to be bringing in something here in Australia. Dried fish, forget about it. Even if it's sealed, forget about it. And there's a few other little items. Plants, can't bring them in unless they're in the cargo bay and they've already been. If you are bringing plants from the Philippines over to Australia, you might have to put them into quarantine because they might need to be sprayed and everything like that with an insecticide to stop them from getting that a little bug or a little insect or a little parasite before you fly home. So if you say brought it on the Tuesday and you're flying out on the Saturday, you will need to make sure it goes into quarantine to be sprayed and everything like that, which will allow it into Australia. But when it comes to dry fish and food, certain food items, whether it be from the Philippines or whether it be from Taiwan or China, you need to declare that before you before you go to the airport. So, but dried fish and that, if it's already been opened, forget about it, because when they get here, they will fine you, and it is a hefty fine, let me tell you. And your holiday will end up being from 2 weeks to probably a week. But quarantine here in Australia, self isolation in a hotel here is going to cost you $3,000 Australian. Yep, that's right, $3,000 Australian. And when you get here, you're here for 2 weeks. You're in quarantine in a hotel. It's not government funded, not government subsidized. You have to pay for it out of your own pocket to stay in a hotel while you are self-isolating before you can be let out to the general public. As tough as it sounds, you need to also make sure you're out here for a long period so you don't, like if you're coming out here and you're coming out for 2 weeks, well, you're going to spend 2 weeks in a thing in a hotel and you might not get to see relatives or cousins or ancestors. And I think that also goes vice versa in the Philippines. That when you go over there, you're going to self-isolate before you go out to general public. And I think also you will have, when you take the vaccine, you will have that put into if you're declaring, say if your doctor says, right, are you traveling? Yes. You put down yes. And they will then instantly, it'll be like a visa thing. Like when I applied for the Australian visa, going to the Philippines, the Philippine visa for a tourist visa, and I was there for 2 weeks in July. It'll be about this big and about that thing with small writing and your name at the bottom signed, and it'll be stuck into your passport. So I had to send, when I was going through Flight Centre here, am I going to change my Flight Centre to another travel agency? I think I will be, because Flight Centre's Some of the flight centres have been taken over by other people, and private people have taken over flight centre franchises. It probably won't affect, but I would check. I would check that out before you fly or before you go to any flight centre travel agency. I will check out them first before you fly. Make sure that they are stable, number one, because you don't want to book your flight and then 2 weeks later you go and pick up your passports and stuff like that and your tickets and the door's locked. You can't get in because due to financial problems, this agency is closed. You need to check. Hey, Tony Corolla, sorry, mate. You need to check with. I lost my chat there for a minute, guys. Sorry about that. You need to check and make sure that with Flight Centre that they're not going to collapse while you've got your. They're good, thank you, Tom Simpson. There's still no flights. October, they are saying that they probably will be opening to international travel. Which will be okay. Hi, Tony. How are you? 600,000 got COVID-19 cases in the Philippines. Sorry if I missed some of your things. Not at the moment, Maluz, but you'll have to check out with the Philippine airlines for that one, Maluz, 1963. Philippine Airlines probably will have flights soon, but probably won't be till October. So if you're thinking to go, no audio. Me, no audio? Oh, it's okay now. All right. Yeah, so as I said, if you're going to go via a flight centre, if that's the travel agency you use, I would check them out. I would check and see how well they are doing, because just before Christmas, things weren't good with Travel Centre or Flight Centre, sorry. So, will I fly Flight Centre this time? I don't think so. I think I'll be going Philippine Airlines travel in Brunswick. And as I said, I think they say October that the Philippines will be opening to tourism. Be checking, ring your embassy in Canberra if you're in Australia, guys. If you're in Australia, guys, ring your embassy. If you're in the Philippines, try and get in touch with the Philippine embassy and they will try and connect you with the Australian embassy in the Philippines, which is in Manila, and there's one in Cebu at Keppel House. Thai Airlines twice a week, Sydney, but now many of flights cancelled. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, they were flying twice a week out of Sydney, but here in Melbourne, haven't seen many planes go up and down. They got to do something with it. Mullers and Tony Corolla and Tom Simpson. They got to get the planes back up there. I'm sorry, they need to get them up there very quickly, and they need to get the economy boosted again. And if Scott Morrison holds back on this, he's a come election time, he'll be put out because you can't hold people to ransom. There were over 48,000 people worldwide, Australians, OFW, working like Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Philippines. Uh, Depends on what they were doing in the Philippines, if they were technicians or that, for Telstra or anything. But other places, you need to make sure that usually get assistance in Philippine Airlines. They help me. Good. That's good, Tom. That's good to know. Yeah, look, we all need a bit of help. We all need to find out what's going on, what's happening. But I'm not the embassy. But what I will say is that if you want flying back home to the Philippines, check the Philippine embassy here in Canberra first before you do anything, before you even book your ticket. I believe the isolation period is 14 days if you visit Thailand, but not sure if it's changed now. I'm not sure at the moment either, Tony. If you're going to Thailand or Vietnam, you need to check with the Thailand embassy. The same with Vietnam or Singapore. You need to find out what we see last 2018 we flew over by Singapore Airlines. We went Singapore Airlines, Melbourne to Singapore, then Singapore to Davao, and then Davao to Cebu. It was good. It really was. It was a good flight. It was great. It was actually awesome, because you just give me a second. It was great. I could not fault Singapore Airlines. They are good. They are very nice, very good to fly with. Good staff. The year before that, I think we flew with Singapore Airlines as well. We went Melbourne, Singapore, and then direct to Cebu. And that was good. That was great. And again, beautiful crew, lovely staff, great flight. Can't complain. I enjoyed going that way. I had fun. CJ was one then, and it was good for him. He enjoyed going over, and I was hoping he'd be asleep. He's hoping, I was hoping he'd be asleep from here to Melbourne Airport. Boy, was I wrong. When we got to Melbourne Airport, he woke up. He wanted to go here, he wanted to go there, he wanted to run around. He just wants to run, play. You can't do that in the airport. And this time, he's too big for his purple pram. So we might have to get rid of that, unfortunately. But it's one of those things. But I am going to scream because I hate messages being retracted. Okay? Please don't retract your messages. Unless they've got foul language or bad language in them, fine, I'll accept that. But please do not retract your messages. It's. Were you thinking they're going back to Thailand, Tony Corolla? And sorry, I thought I was going to be on. I will be on tomorrow night too, Tony. Here. Can you fly directly to the Philippines with Emirates? Or do you have to make a connection? Well, I wouldn't fly with Emirates to the Philippines. Put it that way. Just letting you know. That's just me. I wouldn't fly to the via. Yeah. Oh, look. Unless it's got foul language in it, Malures, just leave it. It's okay. I understand. If you make a mistake, it's no stress. Hmm? Anyone was born in the Philippines like me. I was born in the Philippines. If Australian passport can say. Yeah, well, if you're born in the Philippines, you can stay a bit longer. But I know you can fly directly 10 minutes to Thailand. That's why I asked. Oh, that's all right, mate. No drama. You're right, Tony. Um, well, it's. I think Chris Beecham's gone to bed. It's all right. He's not a old boy, so we'll let him go. But um, personally, me, I'm not a big Arab fan. Sorry. Um, Philippine Airlines are the best to travel anywhere in the world. Um, in the UK, I think you've got to go across, don't you? Straight down. But personally, I would fly Philippine Airlines. I have no issue with them. I think they're the only airline that flies all over from England. I think United Emirates fly all over England too. And fly all over Europe. So, there's no stress there. I'm sorry, Tony, I just don't like United Emirates. I wouldn't fly with them. Tourist visa last in Australia 2 months, 2 to 3 months. You check that out with the Australian Embassy in the UK before you come out here. make sure that if you're flying anywhere, whether you're flying from here to the Philippines, you must go to Philippine Embassy and find out what is going on. Make sure you have your vaccines and you are pretty well much right. I know the Belgian visa was taken down, but now it's being put back up again. 2 months reasonable. Yes, that's reasonable. If you're only coming out for a little while, just for a little vacation, if you've got 2 months coming out, that's pretty reasonable. That's okay in my book. Qantas is too dear. I wouldn't fly Qantas, but and again, I hate Qantas, so hate what they did to my mate. He worked for Qantas, so and I won't go there. It's not it's not that's what they did to him. Yeah, he worked for the company for so long and they just shoved the door in his face. Yeah, you're right, my boys. Yes, I have actually. I was there when I was about 12. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. Love surface. It is a wee bit over commercialised, but it's nice. It's beautiful. And the beaches are lovely. And it is just a great place to go. Good tourist mecca. Same with Sydney. Sydney's okay. I take Sydney with a grain of salt. Melbourne's okay. South Australia's alright. Perth's good. Perth's nice. Darwin's good. Yeah, it's personal preference. But Surfers Paradise is a beautiful place. No offence, my lords, 1963, but I think people are scared to travel with Asian Airlines. Think on that. Yeah, Sydney's okay. Well, I will. I'll try. I'll go Philippine Airlines any day. Over any other island airline. Um, Airline industry will struggle, but personally, Philippine Airlines, Singapore Airlines, yes, I would travel with again. I have no stress over that. Yeah, Sydney's nice. Budget airlines, look, Cebu Pacific's good. I've heard a lot of bad press about Cebu Pacific. To each their own. I would fly them, but in the Philippines only. Long distance flight now. A friend of mine, uh, they went over at Christmas. They were going to the Philippines at Christmas time, and they got stuck in Melbourne over Christmas. The plane broke down. They had to send out another one from the Philippines to here to change over. When that took off, and it had to come back again, so they were stuck in Melbourne over Christmas. Then they ended up going out, I think, on Cebu Pacific back to Mindanao, General Santos City. So, they eventually got out. Yeah, that's true, Melissa. That is true. But, it's your own personal preference who you would like to fly with. I would personally, if I wanted to fly Cebu Pacific, I would. I'd have no stress in that. Even from here, I'd have no stress. I'd probably enjoy if they went. You know, thing is, most airlines got to fly straight to Manila, and then fly down. But Singapore Airlines flew Melbourne, Singapore, and then Davao, and then up to Cebu. Singapore Airlines are the only ones that will fly probably. The Concorde. Yeah, look, Muller's Tony's a good bloke. Tony's a top bloke, and I got a lot of time for him. Oh, by the way, Tony, while I'm at it, my messenger's back up, so you can contact me on my messenger or my Facebook, Scott Waghorn, Waghorne, and I will add you to my messenger, Tony. You too, Mullers. Um, but it depends on personally your own opinion, your own mindset, and who you want to fly with. We will probably go with Philippine Airlines next year. We might end up flying out in August next year. We'll see what happens. Might even end up flying out Christmas next year. Depends on how things go here for the moment. So we're just sort of, we'll plan it and see how we go. And it should be okay. I have no stress with that. I enjoy flying home to the Philippines. I love it. I love the Philippines. I love the country. I love the people. And it's good. But, it's definitely your personal opinion. Here we had flight, as I said, with Flight Centre, it sort of went belly up, and there's a few franchise is still open. So, you've just got to be careful in what happens if then, you book your tickets and that, and then go and pick them up the couple of weeks before you fly out, and the doors are locked. You've lost your money, you've lost everything because Flight Centre's shut the doors on you. So we will probably go Philippine Airlines. We might even go Singapore Airlines, but a friend of mine here in Australia, he flies Philippine Airlines all the time, and he uses a travel agent in Moreland Road, Philippine Airlines there, and we might do the same. We might cross over to Philippine Airlines and use their travel agency, which will be probably a lot better. I'm sick of flying to Singapore. It's good in a way. It's eye opener. It's a beautiful airport. Love the train system from one terminal to another. But the thing is, you've got to. It's the same going back to as well. You have to get on the train to go back and find your terminal. I've heard that Mount Pinatabo has been monitorised due to recent activity erupted 30 years ago. Yeah, well, she could blow again. You don't know. And like Mount Pinatabo is probably dead centre in, when I mean dead centre in Philippines, it's not far off Manila. Just like Tao. That could go at the same time too. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Yeah, I will be. I'm going to finish up here, and I'm going to say good night, guys. I really appreciate the support and thank you for being here. I will put out a thing tomorrow morning about live stream tomorrow night. Also, live stream probably Thursday night. Nothing Friday. I'm having a break Friday. I'll be back on Saturday. The hours are the same, 12 o'clock Australia time, 9 o'clock Philippine time. So, we will be back then, and we will talk more about the Philippines tomorrow night, and about other things in general, whatever you want to know. Just hit me up on some of them, but most things is if you're flying to the Philippines, please don't take my word for it. Check out the embassy. Also, a good friend of mine, Philly in the Philippines. Check out his vlog. He has something. He also suggests the same thing as I do. Check the embassy out first. Don't take my word for it. Check out the embassy. Find out what's going on before you book those tickets. And check out everything. Thank you, Tony Corolla. I much appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. I wish I could type my name in here. I can't. I don't know how on this phone. But, it's great to see you guys. Have a good night. And as I said, if you're flying, always check the embassy out first. Don't take my word for it. Make sure you've got your passports organised. Make sure your passports are up to date. I always get a 10-year passport. and make sure that your flights are good and everything's okay. Check your flight centre if you're in Melbourne or in Australia or in Sydney. Make sure that they are okay. If they're not, change from Flight Centre to Philippine Airlines or to Singapore Airlines, whatever you fly. Always get the injection, guys. It's not going to hurt you. It might kick you like a freight train, but hey, it's better to be safe than sorry. It really is. And, yeah, it's always great to get there in one piece. And it's always great to have fun and be with your families and enjoy your time there. And also those needles and those other vaccines help you for tetanus and other things as well, rabies, whatever. Um, you need to check also with that. You can get rabies shots in the Philippines if you get bitten by a dog. You might need to. It's no point not doing it. Always try and stay away. And that's another thing, guys. Dogs over there are different to dogs here. You don't know who owns the dog. You don't know what they're like. So don't put your hand down to pat it because it could bite your finger. Could bite you, attack you. You just don't know. So it's better to be safe. Don't just ignore and walk past. And always make sure, as I said, I'm not going to emphasize this anymore. I will emphasize it always. Make sure that you get your tetanus shots, your booster shots, and your vaccine shots because it will keep you in good stead and keep you safe while you're on holiday. And you want to have a good holiday, you want to enjoy being with family and have fun, and that's what it's all about. You know, life is good, enjoy life. And on that note, good night, guys. Take care. Mahal kita. Thank you, guys, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tom. Much appreciate you guys being here. We'll catch you later. And yeah, this has been Scott Expat in the Philippines. Bye for now. See you, Tom. Good night. Thank you, Tony. Thanks, Maluz. Have a good night, Maluz. Take it easy. Enjoy. We'll catch you again. If there's any questions you have, hit me up on them. Please hit me up. I love the feedback. It's good. I enjoy it. If I'm not before I go, if I'm not able to answer it, as I say, check your embassies, check the Bureau of Immigration, check your consulates, because they are the people that are in the know all the time and connected with the Philippines, and that's the only way you'll find out. And yeah, as I said, Singapore and Philippine Airlines, Singapore and what's that? The other airline over there, I can't think of it at the moment. I will come back on that one soon. But as I said, good night, guys. Take care. Take it easy. This has been Scott Expat, the Philippines. Bye for now.